Okay, so today we're going to talk about elapsed time with hours and minutes. Now, this video is for the activity for April 23rd. If you haven't had a chance to do your activity for April 22nd, please go to your activities on Seesaw and watch the video and complete that activity first, and then you can do this one. So here I have my clock face and some elapsed time problems. Okay, over here I have my starting times and my ending times over here. So I want to find the elapsed time, which is the time the activity took to complete or how long the activity is. Go ahead and fill in these circles right here for your minutes. Remember that we're counting by fives. And for the top, it's going to be 0, 0. Okay, so we're going to look at the first problem. We have our starting time at 9:15 and our ending time at 11:05. So I know I'm going to have more than just minutes for my elapsed time, okay? Because from 9 to 11, well, we have the whole 10-hour in between there. So, and we started a quarter of the way into the 9th hour, and then we go even past 11 o'clock. So we're gonna have some hours and minutes. So this is the easiest way, I think, to solve these types of problems, especially using a page like this. Okay, so let's look at our starting time, and I'm going to add hours first and without going over or past my ending time. So if I add another hour onto 9:15, one more hour, I would be at 10:15. Now, if I kept going and added another hour from 10:15, it would be 11:15, which is after 11:05. So I wouldn't want to add that hour. Okay, so it's only 1 hour and the rest of it is going to be in minutes. So now I figured out I have 1 hour from 9:15 to 10:15. Now I need to figure out 10:15 to 11:05. How many minutes would that be? So if we look at our minutes here at 10:15, and here's the 15, our minute hand would be on the 3, and that's where I'm going to start counting my minutes. And I'm going to stop counting my minutes at the 05, at 11:05. So remember, we put a star by where we start and an X where we stop, and we always go clockwise. So when I stop, remember that my minute hand will be there. Okay, and I'm going to count around the clock that way. So we can start here and count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 50 minutes. So my total elapsed time is 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay, if I look at the next one at 7:30 to 9:35. Okay, again, I know that I'm going to have more than just minutes, especially since I have the whole 8 hour in between 7:30 and 9:35. So remember to start adding another hour. So 7:30, one more hour would be 8:30. So write 8:30 down right there. Or you could write it over here on this side, that's fine too. So we can still add one more hour, because if we add one more hour, we're only at 9:30 and we need to go to 9:35. So we haven't gone over our ending time or past our ending time. So if I add one more hour, I would go past at 10:30. So my total elapsed time so far is 2 hours. Now I look at my minutes, 9:30 to 9:35, and I bet you could even figure that out in your head. So here's 9:30 and 9:35, and I want to go clockwise around my clock, so I'm only going 5 minutes. So the elapsed time is 2 hours and 5 minutes for that problem. Okay, let's look at one more problem. Okay, Actually, I want to do a problem down at the bottom of the page. So I want to do 10:55 to 1:20 with you today. So again, we're going to start by adding hours. So 10:55, one more hour would be 11:55. Another hour would be 12:55. And if I added one more hour, I would be at 1:55, which would go past my ending time. So my elapsed time in hours is 2, and I just count. How many hours did I write down? I don't count the one I started with. I count 1, 2 hours. So now I need to go from 12:55 to 1:20. So if I look up here, I know that at 55 will be right here, and 20 is here on my clock. So when I start at 12:55 to calculate the minutes, my minute hand is on the 11, and when I'm going to stop, it's going to be down here on the 4. So I can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So my total elapsed time was 2 hours and 25 minutes.